And I'm quite sure that he's the
Is she in charge of misdemeanor now?
Yes,
Is she co?
she's the
Who else?
underneath David Alex, but David Alex apparently isn't showing up for work very much.
Well, David showed up today because I rode up the elevator, but he looked like he was going home anytime soon.
It's really weird. That's why I'm pretty sure it's like 2 hours. So I thought about going to him and saying, dude, what's the hell?
Well, David, if you've ever gotten a decision out of David, you're better than
You know
I.
what?
I did that.
I already-
once, and never regretted it.
He doesn't, he's a going one. He's like, yeah. So,
He's a piece of furniture.
yeah, I dealt with him on a case in Dallas. He was a prosecutor and they did some.
All right,
Are you?
good.
people with unfiled cases have the right to get out on a PR bond, right? And then what if they have a
All right. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about the delay. We had to finish up a court matter. This is the detention docket for August 6th, the 323rd District Court. We are now, for the time being, conducting our detention hearings via Zoom. And I'd like to remind everyone this is still a court proceeding and people are expected to behave appropriately for court. So please be appropriately dressed. Please, well, look. Yeah, we don't have any parents on here. Good. No portion of this court proceeding may be broadcast, published, or recorded. Violations of this order are punishable by contempt of court of up to 6 months in the Tarrant County Jail and a $500 fine. And we are broadcasting these proceedings in order to comply with the open courts provision of the Texas Constitution, in order to give the public meaningful access to our public courtrooms. All right, so let's go start with Jennifer. You only have 1 10 day? Good. All right, Jennifer, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. The law says when a child's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 business days, and I have to decide whether or not to keep you. If I keep you here, the law says you must see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We have appointed Mr. Masek as your attorney.
Right here.
Hey, good morning, James.
Morning, Judge.
All right, so Jennifer, this is not a trial. This is simply about whether I should detain you here at our facility or I should release you back into the community. Okay, so about this morning, about 3 o'clock in the morning, Arlington PD was dispatched to domestic. When they got there, you and your 18-year-old sister, police learned that you two got into argument after evidently she locked you out of the house. Everyone came home and you were the last to get out of the car. During the argument, so you struck her with your cell phone, causing a cut in the side of her head. Sister says she did not want to press charges, did not fill a victim's impact statement, but you were brought here because it's a family violence case. So I guess, are you mom?
Yes, Judge, and she only speaks Spanish.
Oh, okay. All right. So my first question for mom is, why were they out till 3 o'clock in the morning?
Porque estaban afuera de las 3 de la mañana.
Perdón.
Porque estaban afuera de la casa hasta las 3 de la mañana. Tu hija.
¿Cuándo?
Cuando esto pasó, señor.
Judge, it was 3 p.m.
Oh, it was 3 in the afternoon, Judge.
Oh, 3 in that. Okay. Typo. Oh, no. 3 p.m. Okay. Was mom there at the time?
¿Estabas en la casa cuando eso pasó?
Estaba en la escuela inscribiendo a mi niña pequeña.
She was enrolling the younger daughter in school, Judge, not at home.
Okay. Does Angie live with them?
Las dos hijas viven con usted?
Sí.
Yes, Judge.
Angie and Jennifer's relationship? Is it a normal relationship? Is it a healthy relationship?
¿Cómo se portan las hermanas juntas? ¿Normal pelean o cómo se portan?
Normal, pelean, pero es que a veces ella se me sale de control.
They argue, never really physical, but the daughter here is a little bit more aggressive.
Is mom worried about the safety of Angie or anybody else in the house from Jennifer?
¿Piensas que algo va a pasar si regresa a la casa?
Yo pienso que ella necesita ayuda profesional.
Ok, pero no, eso no está preguntando. Está preguntando si la regresa a la casa hoy, piensas que van a tener problemas.
No, no creo.
She doesn't see a safety issue, Judge. She does feel she needs counseling, but in regards to safety, no.
All right, so Jennifer, can you hear me? Okay. So if this is all true, right, where no matter what happened, your sister locking you out of the house, if you actually hit her and cause pain, you understand how that would now have to get the courts and the police involved? Yes? Yes? And do you understand how, if it's true, that's where the line was crossed when actually somebody actually hit somebody else? Yes? Jennifer, do you understand what I'm saying?
¿Habla español tu hija o no?
Sí,
¿Nomás español?
español, sí.
Judge, mom is saying she's Spanish primarily. The daughter.
Oh, okay. Here's my question. Can you ask mom, is Jennifer a United States citizen?
¿Dónde nació tu hija?
Honduras.
In Honduras,
I
Judge.
can answer
Okay.
that.
Have we done a consular notification, Ms. Guerrero?
No, Judge, not yet.
Okay. One second, y'all.
¿Entiende inglés?
Poquito.
Pero no habla inglés o español.
Español. Sí.
¿Va a la escuela?
Sí.
Okay. Okay.
So there's citizens of Honduras.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, we do have a note that says that she did sign that document.
Which document?
The consular notification.
So she does want us to notify the consul?
He said that she does not. She signed the document indicating that she did not want them to be notified.
I can't remember, is Honduras a mandatory notification? No, it is not. Okay, that works. All right, so let's get Jennifer in the courtroom after this is done. I just want to admonish some things that I think we should do. So just, if you can go ahead and pull her out, and then whenever we're done, we'll just do hers in person. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Va a esperar a tomar decisión, señor, porque quiere hablar con todos ustedes en corte.
Okay, the next is Sonia.
We know the one murder every Friday.
All right, hello, Sonia. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. Law says when a kid's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. You have to decide whether to keep you in custody or to release you. If I keep you here, you have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You have the right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We have appointed Mr. Adeniji as your attorney for this case. Today is not your trial. This is simply about whether I should detain
We're not
you.
agreeing to that. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
Let's see what's going on over there.
I'm in the attorney's lounge.
So I've got to ask, which one of our fellow brethren was that?
Oh my goodness. I don't understand what they're saying, George.
Oh, we did.
All right. Outstanding. All right, Sonia. So you have never been here before. Let's see what's going on.
Your Honor, she was here prior to going to place CPS placement.
Okay, so May 6th, Arlington PD brought you in. Oh, that's right. This is where I guess you set up a lick. And your outside smoking friend came up, robbed him. And so you're in CPS care. Yeah, you set up a day with a guy, went to his house, went outside to smoke. Your friend came up, robbed him. You got in the car and left. We released you to CPS in Conroe. And in July, CPS let us know that they put a discharge notice on you for multiple incidents. You tore up the home, were taken to a mental hospital. You and another resident ran away, but you did come back in the middle of the night. So we issued a warrant for you. And the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department brought you on our warrant. And so, yeah, so we brought you back from Montgomery County. All right, Sonia, well, I was trying to give you a chance to put you in placement to figure out alternative, because the last thing I want to do is send you to TJJD. But if you can't stay in a placement and participate and not run away, then you're kind of leaving me with very few options. And these are options. So you have all these doors in life, and you can either go through an open door or you can shut a door and not even go through it, which looks like what you're doing. So at this point, I'm going to detain you. All right, we still have to figure out if you actually committed the aggravated robbery or not. We have to see if another placement's appropriate or not, or if TJJD is the most appropriate placement for you. Okay, so my advice to you is just follow the rules here, get to level 1 outstanding, do what you're supposed to do here so you can impress me and convince me that I don't have to send you to TJJD. Okay?
Judge, our CPS caseworker is on the Zoom.
Yes, I see her here. She's in our parent room. And there's a lot of stuff I remember about this. It's kind of, I'm trying to be discreet. So I just, at this point, I just want to keep her here for now, because Sonia, I'm not going to have you run away. And so you just need to show me. And the only way to keep you from running away is put you in a secure facility, like here at our detention center or TJJD. But if you can show me that you can make good decisions and actually participate and do better, then I'll look at placing you in a non-secure facility where you have more freedom. If you do everything right, then you live out in the community, okay? But if you do everything wrong, then I have to confine you, and I will confine you, even if I don't want to, okay? So I'm kind of putting this with you. I'm giving you a little bit of responsibility here to decide whether you're going to do right and show me that I can trust you, or if you're going to show me that you just can't be trusted. But I'm giving you that chance. I haven't made my mind yet. I'm going to give you the chance, okay?
Judge,
Yes.
and I've spoken to her since the incident while she was in the hospital, and I think she's going to impress the court in the direction the court just expressed.
I hope so.
Yes.
Sonia, I want you to do well. I really do. I don't want to send you and confine you.
Yes.
But I hope you understand what I'm doing is not because I like you or don't like you. I'm just very neutral. If you do well, I won't confine you. If you do bad, then I will confine you. So I'm kind of putting this all on you. All right? All right. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Adenichi. All right, Nicholas. All right, Nicholas. I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. When a child's brought to our facility, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you here or to release you. If I keep you here, You have to see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. We have appointed Ms. Lothorpe as your attorney. She's not available, so Mr. Adeniji is going to substitute in. All right. Nicholas, you're 16. You've never been here before. Yesterday, 4th PD brought you in. They're saying that they were dispatched a runaway call at a CPS group home. And for a home with children with behavioral problems. When they got there, employee told the police that you had run away. They found you, told you to stop. You put up fists and went in a fighting stance as you backed off and told the police you would fight them. So then you tripped while backing up. So they moved in, tried to detain you. You turned your head and spit on one of the officers' faces, then resisted being arrested, told both officers you're going to kill them. Even after you're detained, you're combative, try to kick the officers, and had to be forced into the patrol car. So group home staff told the police that you are on the spectrum and gave your medication to the police. Okay. All right, so Shelley, we do have the medication, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the people here in the parents' room, who are they? Are they with the department?
Those are from the placement, the CPS.
Okay.
And then Dorian and Roxana West are from CPS for his case.
Great. So which placement is this?
A family choice.
Family choice. Okay.
Cynthia Smith.
Good. All right. So I want to ask this then. So over at your placement, how's Nicholas been? Was this just kind of a one night, just everything fell off the wheels, or has he been having problems lately?
No, it's an isolated incident. Now we'll say Nicholas has only been in our placement for a few weeks. He seems to get along with the other individuals very well in the placement. So it is an isolated incident, but however, he does have a history on his common application of these type of behaviors or severe behaviors. So I would say just because in 2 weeks it didn't happen with us, I can't say that, it's particularly just an isolated incident for Nicholas.
What's his diagnosis?
Autism.
That's it?
He has autism on the spectrum. He does have oppositional defiant disorder as one of his diagnoses as well, but those are the major disorders of the major diagnosis.
All right. Has he been medication compliant?
Yes, he is. He's compliant with all of our guidelines, all of our rules. He has never been a problem. No. And I think honestly that it was a misunderstanding with the interaction. The reason why I say that is because he did run away. He ran away because he didn't like the answer no to something that he wanted done. And then he came back. When he came back, the police were already there, and the staff had then at that time asked him, would you like to just come to your apartment, and kind of calm down. He attempted to run away again, and that's when the police intervened. So what I mean by misunderstanding is that it wasn't like he was assaulting us or doing anything personal to us. It was just his interaction with the police, which that was not,
And I will tell you, my most of this stuff with the police, it's easier to deal with, but the spitting on the police officer, that just goes too far.
Absolutely.
I mean, to me, that shows an absolute disrespect and disregard for another person. And when was the last time you saw a doctor?
He was released from the he was released from the hospital because unfortunately he had another incident with courts at a different placement of arson. And I think some other violent incidents there with that placement. So he was released from a behavioral hospital, was sent to us. And that's the last time he's seen the doctor when he came to us a couple of weeks ago. He is scheduled to see the psychiatrist next week. He has been to counseling with a Chosen Path Counseling. He has seen her and was due to see her again today.
Where's Nicholas from? What county?
I believe his caseworker is from Seguin, Texas. No?
It's Comal County.
Come on, County. Okay.
Yes.
And y'all just, the placement, the only place or the most appropriate placement for him was here in Tarrant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I say one thing? He has received an HCS slot, okay? He has received an HCS slot. They cannot find an HCS provider that will accept him due to his level of behaviors. And they are unfamiliar with the state supported living center that accepts them with an HCS slot with these level of behaviors, but they said that they've tried everywhere in the state of Texas to get him placed under an HCS provider for the behaviors that he has, and no one would accept him. So that's how he ended up with us.
Help me out. What is HCS?
Okay, home community based, and that's for individuals with intellectual developmental disabilities. And he's on that program, but the issue has been that they can't find any of the providers that can handle his level of need of behaviors in the community. And they asked me to take him in temporary for 90 days until they can figure out what to do, because they wanted a state supported living center, which he will qualify for because he has the waiver. But they weren't able to figure out a route to get him into that state supported living center, which is a secure facility, a more secure facility for his behavioral needs.
Comal County is looking for a felony prosecutor. Okay. I'm like, all right, that's probably got more years than the DA comes in. So, no, and I talked to my wife. You know,
Yeah, Nicholas, had you not spit on the police officer, this would be easy. I'd already tell you to go home. That one, you just drew the line too far. I'm too worried about you, and the safety of you and the community. So I'm going to go and detain you for now. Let's revisit this. Let's set this for next week, Stephanie. 5 days, but it doesn't have to be Friday. Nicholas, I'm going to see you next week sometime. I'm going to see what your behavior is like, see if you can actually control yourself and your emotions. If you're able to, then I am open to the idea of releasing you. But if you're causing problems back here too, then then it was the right decision to keep you here. I'm just letting you know, if it was just the threat to the police or just the running away from the police or the resisting, I would be letting you go right now. So what you have to understand is sometimes you cross the line and there's a consequence to it, and you can't choose the consequence. All right. So, all right, Nicholas, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Edney. Tristan. Oh, Tristan is already released. So, Horeb. That's right, I forgot to give it to you. All right, are you Horeb?
Good morning, Judge.
Hello, Ms. YYYYY.
So what?
Are you Horeb?
Yes, that's me.
All right, I'm Judge Kim. This is a detention hearing. This is when a kid's brought in, you have to see a judge within 2 days. I have to decide whether to keep you here. What do you see if I keep you? You'll see a judge every 10 days while you're here. You do have a right to remain silent. You have a right to an attorney. Ms. YYYYY is your attorney. Good morning, Rita.
Morning, Your Honor.
All right, so yesterday, you have no history with this. You turned 17 this week. All right, so yesterday, Haltom City responded to domestic. When they got there, they saw you walking away and you instructed them to arrest that man, pointing to a witness, Cisco. Officer directed you, who was upset, to relax, tell the police what happened. And you said that he had thrown a right hook and struck you on the right side.
Yes.
Officer notes that in such a scenario, punch will hit your left side, not the right side. There are no marks or injuries, but you had bloody knuckles, which you said was caused by you punching a door. Officer was speaking with the witness, and you continued to taunt the witness and curse at him, made obscene hand gestures at the witness while police were trying to figure out what's going on. When challenged by the police on your story, you got upset. You said you believed your family reportedly moving intended to leave you. And when asked what your plan was, you said you want to go play basketball. So your mom said that you approached Cisco in an aggressive manner. Cisco pushed you away, but other than that, there was no physical fight. Police gave her permission to leave the scene. At that point, go play basketball. As he said was his intention, and asked the police for a ride. The police said, he can't take you anywhere, and you said, F you then, and walked back to the house. Your mom stood on the porch. Sorry. Okay. So your mom stood on the porch, waving you away, trying to prevent re-entry to the house. You continue to advance on the family. Police gave you orders to stop advancing on the house, on the family, which then you ignored, speeding up when you saw the police trying to intercept you. So the police used force to take you to the ground. Once on the ground, you continued to verbally abuse the officers, ignored commands to surrender for handcuffing. One officer had to control your feet. The other got your hands, and you continued to resist. And then push your hands forward and held onto the grass to stop getting arrested. Eventually, they cuffed you, arrested you, searched you, smelled weed, but didn't find weed on you. And you had some vape pens in your backpack. So you got a ticket for minor possession of tobacco and a resisting arrest. Mom here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mom, are there deeper mental health issues with your son?
What did you say?
Are there deeper mental health issues with your son?
No.
So this is normal behavior?
What you mean about that?
Does his behavior seem normal to you?
No, this behavior, it's as a child, is not normal because we are African people. So a child, you have to respect the parent no matter what. You have to obey what the parent they tell you. So the behavior, it's not normal. I want him to listen to me 100% and to listen to my husband, who's his stepfather. That's the problems.
Right. No, I'm with you on this one, but I'm trying to figure out, is this what Horeb does all the time, or is this just an unusual circumstance?
No, this one, it's a circumstance. It's a circumstance. He was good, fine. The things is, he didn't want my relationship with my husband. That the problems. I'm the mom. He cannot choose who I have to be with. Is my husband.
Okay, so mom, I think you're going off a different direction. I'm trying to figure out who's Cisco? Do you know who Cisco is?
Cisco is my husband.
That's your husband. Okay. So he's telling the police that your husband punched him, and the police are questioning him, don't believe him, and he gets upset. The police are there at your house talking to him. He says, I want to go play basketball.
So,
He asks for a ride. They say no, then he cusses at the officer for not giving him a ride. Like does this seem like normal behavior for a person?
no, it's not normal behavior. It's not normal.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's
how
not-
long has he been acting abnormally or irrationally?
How long he been acting normally?
Abnormally. Like how long has he been like this?
It happened just like since when we get back together. So like 3 weeks now.
So when you say we get back together, that's you and your husband or you and your son?
No, me, my husband. Because we broke up. So when we get back together, so it happened 3 weeks, it changed. So it changed the behavior.
May I say something? Are you understanding her, though?
Yes, please.
Okay, so what she's saying is that, first, this is not a normal behavior. However, she noticed that for the past 3 weeks, that my client is acting irrationally because she got back with her husband. So that's basically what she's stating to the courts.
Right. So, Ms. Uzue, where do we go from here? My concern is I release him, he just goes back to that home.
Mm-hmm. Your Honor, what I would say at this point is, I will leave the release to the discretion of the courts. I need to speak to my clients. I also need to speak to the mom, and at least let us have some cooling period. He just got arrested, like he hasn't been there a while. So let's have some cooling time, and then see if things at home will get better, or see if there's any relative or an alternative place that my clients can be for now while the case is pending. So that would be what I would suggest to the courts, but then and again, I will leave it to the courts.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
I have not had a chance to as of this moment, but I do intend to approach the family about mediation and seeing if they feel like this would be helpful and possibly resolve this. Circumstances being what they are, I haven't had a chance to speak to anyone before the hearing.
I agree, Your Honor.
Or this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna detain you. All right. At a certain point, if there's conflict with your stepdad, there's conflict. That's just a family matter that I don't really want to get involved in. I don't think I should get involved in. But more than that, when the police come up and try and de-escalate the situation, just figure out what's going on, then, and you're acting as irrational as you are. So, Harvey, you called the police asking for their assistance and asking them to make a decision. And when they show up and make a decision, then you start resisting and causing problems. That's not the way it works.
I didn't call the police.
I'm the one who called the police.
Okay. So, but here's the thing. If the police tell you you're being arrested, you're being arrested.
Never told I was being arrested or detained. I just got tackled out of nowhere.
Yeah, when the police told you to stop. Okay. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, they're there. They need to control the situation. That's part of living in a civilized society, right? So then once they have you on the ground and they're trying to arrest you, that you keep on fighting with them and causing problems, that's another issue. So the way I see it right now, Horeb, is I'm just not confident I'll release you that your bad attitude isn't going to carry over. Just be a kid. Wait till you're 18, go do your own thing. But if you're going to cause problems right now like this, then you're kind of sticking me in this position because I'm not comfortable releasing you back to your parents. So I'm detaining you for now. We'll see what your behavior level's like. Mr. Lewis, let me know. If you feel like it's appropriate to release them, I'll reconsider. Ms. Uzuihe, if you feel like things are changed or more stable, we don't have to wait to 10 days. But for right now, I'm not going to put him back in that situation.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir.
And Horeb, if this is one of those, the police were there and said, we think you're lying, we don't think he hit you, and y'all just calm down, then you would have been at home last night. The fact that you escalated the situation, and then telling the police officer, ask him for a ride to go to the basketball court, and they say no, because they can't do that. They're not Uber. And then you say F you. Why would you disrespect people that are there just to try and help you? So anyways, hopefully this is a good learning lesson in life, or we will see you at the next detention hearing. Oh, I'm also going to let you know, if your bad attitude carries over at a detention facility, when you turn 17, the law allows me to keep you downtown at the county jail. So either fix your attitude and smile and be pleasant and work the system and stay here at Kimbo, or be a jackass and go downtown. It's really that simple. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Can I say something?
Hold on, he has a question for me. So, Horeb, do you have a question?
Yeah.
My mom's stepdad's the abuser. He would hit her. And then when he put me in that room, he swung first on me.
Do you think this is helping your situation?
No, Your Honor. He's not gonna speak. I'll speak with him. So whatever he already said, please, Your Honor, do disregard it.
Yeah, Ms. Uzui, I really didn't understand, but his body language and his tone of voice told me volumes. And so, stop making your situation worse. Make it better.
There's one can talk.
Yes, Mom, do you have a question?
Yes. So my question is, so it's not a question. So what I want to say is, Horeb is my son. So I want to help my son.
I do too.
Yeah, Horeb is my son. I want to help my son. So I want to take my son. I'm going to help him because I called the pastor today. We have a service in the church and the pastor is going to pray for Horeb because it's not normal. It's maybe like a spirit stuff. So they want to pray for him. I want to help him because he's a good child. So it's just things happen.
Well, Mom,
yeah, just things happen.
I don't think he's a good child. I think he can become a good child, but right now, from what he's shown me, he's not a good kid. Don't enable him. Don't make excuses for him. It is what it is.
Yes, I'm not making an excuse for him. It's I know my son. I know my son very well. So nobody know my son. I know my son very well. I know what I'm saying. So what I'm saying there, I'm gonna help my son. This is not gonna happen again because I know the way I'm gonna talk to him because I call his dad. I call his dad over there in Canada. His dad said that, okay, no problem. You can send my son to me. And
no, Mom, I'm not sending a kid to Canada.
No. I'm not saying you to send him to Canada. His dad, he want me to send him to Canada. I say, no, I'm going to be with my son because I've been with him since day one until now. So I know my son. I'm going to help my son.
Mom, let's stop for a second. You cannot help your son if he doesn't want to be helped. No matter what you do, if he's not willing to become a better person, he will never become a better person. It's too late for that. I mean, he's almost 17 now. So you can try, but if he's not willing to go along, then there's nothing you can do for him. So this is on your son.
I didn't get what you say. What did you say again?
What I'm saying is your son is almost 17,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't force him to become a better human being. It's either he'll choose to be a better human being or he'll choose not to. And that's on him. But you can't say, I'm going to help him. You cannot help him unless he wants your help.
No, what I'm saying then, I'm not forcing him to be a better person because he is a good kid.
No, he's not a good kid. He's not. Look at him.
Joanna, I know my son.
I know what I see.
Joanna, I know my son very good. He's not a bad kid.
He is. I'm not saying he's a bad kid. What I'm saying is he's not a good kid.
No, he's a good kid because these things it happen, even me too, it surprised me. I know my son very good. So I know my son very good. I know my son very good. So like I say, this is not gonna happen because I'm not even gonna call the police for him because I know that he's gonna change. I know my son very good.
I'm gonna interrupt you. I don't even know what happened that night. What I'm saying is based on the way he is talking to me and behaving during this hearing, he is not a good kid. And this is not even about anything that happened in the past. This is just on the last 5 minutes. I can already tell he is not a good kid. He can be, he can make good changes, but right now, he's not.
Yeah, that one, you the one who said that. But me as a mom who raised him until now, I'm telling because if it was a bad kid, since when he was at those age, things will happen. Like I say, he's not a bad kid. A bad kid cannot have a good grade. A bad kid cannot do, when they do competition in the whole school, he's the one who beat them with the math B, he bring the trophy. So a bad kid cannot do those kind of stuff. A bad kid cannot bring the grade, the A+. A bad kid cannot do that. That's what I'm saying. It's something like the court, they don't know anything about like a spiritual stuff. Like I say, it's something happened. It's from back home, spiritual stuff, it needs to be prayed. That's what I'm saying that I know my son. He's not a bad kid. It's a good kid because I know him very well.
Mom, look, you can say he's not a bad kid 100 times. That doesn't make him a good kid. Okay?
No, he's a good kid.
Madam,
Mom, you can say he's a good kid 100 times. That doesn't make him a good kid. I'm looking at his behavior. I'm looking at his actions. And in this situation, I'm the one making the decisions.
Yes,
okay?
Yes, I appreciate. I respect your decision because you are the judge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Madam, can we stop this conversation? We have to listen to the judge and then we can take it from there, please. I beg you. So thank you.
All right, this was the way. Just get back to me. Thank you, everyone.
I will. Thank you, Judge, and apologize for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
All right, Doug, if we can go ahead and bring that. Let's see, we have an out of custody. If you can bring, I guess.
We'll get her from detention. Yeah.
Well, in the room.
He's in the lobby.
Yes, he's in the lobby. So
we have out of custody.
Yes, it was a last minute add on that nobody but Judge and I know about.
So we had it out of custody, and then we have the one from detention we're bringing to the courtroom.
Okay.
Judge, I'm sorry, the parents were really loud. So do you want that in custody in here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, he was talking and everyone was talking. I couldn't. Yeah. Go on, have a seat here.
Grandpa, yeah. Yeah, I'm sitting back here.
My hearing aids going. Yeah, I can hear.
No, he's great. I'll tell you a funny story about the hearing aids after. I used to, my neighbor got some, and I saw him the other day, his wife talked to him, and then the other day I saw her out there at the porch. Yeah. When he saw me, he's like, well, I don't turn them on. She was getting on the back porch a good 10 minutes at him. And he did this. So I guess she thought like, and he was like, and she kept, like, what's going on? He's like, well, I don't care about what you're talking. Wait, no. I thought you were in the other room.
Well, I was doing another. I went up there and just come over here. So.
All right, so Mr. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Thompson, I'm Judge Kim. So I've asked for this detention hearing because we had court set this morning and I know you were here. There's not a problem with that. I think your attorney and the district attorney is trying to work out a deal. But my understanding on a report given to me is that there are behavioral problems at your grandfather's house. Grandpa, is that about right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so tell me about these behavioral issues. So Grandpa, I want you to tell me.
Okay, well, and almost immediately when he got home, you know, he started contacting his buddies or whatever, the one who told me not to come.
Grandpa, I apologize. Just because we're on a laptop in there, it's kind of the microphone. Do you mind kind of maybe facing the laptop a little bit more? Just so I can hear you better. I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing you. Thank you, sir.
Am I clear now?
Yes, yeah, much better.
Okay, now, what happened was he started going outside, even though he's on the income monitor. He told us that he called his probation officer and they told him he can go outside. The same friends we told him not to associate with, they were coming around anyway, and he was outside with them. We had his phone. He went in the room and took it. And if we tried to take it back, it would have been a battle. He's pretty much defiant. He doesn't really cooperate or listen. He's up all hours. I have to stay up and between 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning because I don't know what he's going to do. And the fact that he has these friends over at the house, we just couldn't do that no more. We're getting just to the point now where it's affecting the house, my health, and our family's well-being because he doesn't want to comply.
So, I mean, is he just disrespecting all the rules?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's easy enough. Okay. All right. Well, Joshua, then this is what I'm going to do. Can I see Joshua on the screen, please? All right, Joshua. So at this point, I had released you to your grandparents, trying to find a reasonable alternative not to detain you. But if you're not following the rules of your grandparents' house, then I don't have a place to put you. So I'm going to go and detain you while your case is pending. All right. And we'll go from here. We'll see you at the next court date. All right. All right. Thank you, sir. Oh, and Joshua, I recommend that you follow the rules here at a detention facility because decisions have to be made on your case, whether I think it's an aggravated robbery, determinate sentence, you're looking at potentially 40 years of confinement for this. I highly recommend you behave and follow the rules here, get and maintain level 1 outstanding because your behavior will be an issue when it's for me to decide whether you go to TJJD and ultimately maybe Texas Department of Corrections and for how long, or if you get probation. And so you need to impress me, impress the DI in the case, give your attorney something to work with. All right. Thank you, Joshua.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You got a phone in here.
All right, I think the last one, we're doing that in person. We can bring mom to the courtroom. Do we have anybody? Mr. Masick, you're remote, aren't you?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and turn my laptop around so you can see your client.
Okay.
You just won't be able to see me and your client at the same time, but you'll be able to hear me.
All right. See if Miss Guerrero's there.
Over there. A little bit. Not so scary. Yes, aquí. Gracias. Okay, Mr. Masick, you can hear me?
I can, Your Honor.
All right, so, all right, Felicia, if you can interpret for Jennifer. So, first thing, let her know, I'm just trying to decide whether I'm gonna keep her or release her. So my main questions are for Mom about the conflict between Jennifer and, is it Angie, is the sister?
Yes.
Okay. And she was saying that there's generally not, it's not that big of a deal. They argue, but it's not physical.
She says that there's no, the problem is that Jennifer, that she does not know she does.
Okay. Explosive meaning damaging property or hurting people? Property. Actually seen a doctor for maybe mental health issues? You asked. She was saying. How long has this been going on, the violent behavior?
Since Jeff.
Okay, so it's been chronic. Okay. But Jennifer's never seen a mental health doctor?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Does she have insurance?
No.
She received Medicaid?
No.
All right, so this is what I want to do on this one. You can explain this to Jennifer and Mom. Is I'm going to detain her for now. Go ahead. I'm just on my way. All right. And the reason why is I'm concerned about the safety of other people. Okay, that's Angie, Mom, anybody else in the house, and Jennifer also. So I'm going to order a psychiatric evaluation. There may be mental or behavioral issues that need to be diagnosed by a doctor. Or the doctor may say she doesn't need help. But if the doctor does say she needs a prescription, then Jennifer, you're going to have to take the medication. And if you don't take the medicine, your behavior level will stay low. If the medication is not working, we'll get the doctor back to you and he can change the prescription. So Jennifer, this is up to you now. Either you follow the rules and you're respectful, or you end up staying here longer.
She says she's gonna follow the rules.
Okay, I think she can. I'm not that worried about you. My worry is now that you're becoming a young woman, when a 16-year-old girl hits somebody, it hurts a lot more than like a 6-year-old girl hitting somebody. So as you're getting bigger and stronger, you can cause more injuries, which makes me worried. We're at the time now that I just think it's good to see a doctor. So let's order the psychiatric and then get the prescription. If she's medication compliant, she gets a level 1.0. I think we're in good shape. Mom wants Jennifer back, right? All right, so Jennifer, this is not your mom wanting you here. This is the judge making the decision. Okay. Hopefully this will take care of itself. Now, mom, she needs to know that when she gets out of here, because she'll get out of here. Because she will get out of here. That she has to contact MHMR Tarrant County and get regular doctor's care for her daughter. That's if our doctor thinks there's a problem. If our doctor says no problem, she doesn't have to. And mental, and you can explain MHMR to her later. Okay. All right, does Jennifer have any preguntas? Okay, thank you, Ms. Guerrero. Well done.
Judge, just to add a little FYI, Ms. Guerrero had set up
Yes, I'm listening, James.
Had set up a mediation. Perhaps we should postpone the mediation for the report from the doctor.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So it's not the psychological, so there won't be a report psychiatric. So looking for diagnosis and prescription. So yes, let's postpone the mediation until we figure out if there's a diagnosis or not, because I'll change things as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good idea, Mr. Masick. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. So at this point, concludes the detention hearings for today. Everyone have a great weekend.